I'm Nitya from Information Technology of Sri Shanma College of Engineering and Technology. In this video, we are going to see um, full stack web development. So here is the roadmap for any full stack developer. Full stack developer means they have to develop both the front end and the back end. So here is the general overview of the front end, back end, and other mobile applications and all. So for the front end, we have JavaScript, HTML, CSS, AngularJS, and other more JS frameworks. For styles, we have Bootstrap. Mobile applications, we have Flutter, Android SDK. For backend, the technology programming languages we have to know or Python, Java, C++, and others. So database, for database, relational database, we have MySQL, and NoSQL database we can use MongoDB, Cassandra. And additionally, a full stack developer must be knowing all the cloud service setups. For that, they also need to know the containers which need to be deployed for any projects. And additionally, we have UI and UX designs and some DevOps. So for a full stack developer, they must be knowing all these technologies in order to build a project from start to the end. A full stack developer is a sole responsible for the development of any project. So he must be knowing all the front end technologies. That may be any one which will be more efficient. So that will be one front end, back end technology. If it is a mobile application, a mobile technology, mobile app technology to develop a mobile application. Then what are to after developing, they need to deploy. For that, they should be knowing some basics on cloud and DevOps. Next, the introduction to web development. The World Wide Web. It is a global information system where linked hypertext data and resources are accessed via the internet. Web development, the process of creating, building, and maintaining websites. It includes web design, web programming, and database management. So here, what is the front end and back end development? Front end means it is a client side, the part of the website that users interact with directly. For example, a web browser. So the technologies here used to develop any web browser are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. HTML technologies. HTML provides the structure for any web page, and CSS gives the colors, coloring, and other styling features. That's JavaScript gives you the whatever the actions that you do on any web browser that will be taken care of JavaScript, and this is provides a dynamic behavior. Bootstrap that gives a responsive design. Backend. Backend means server side, the portion that users cannot see, and it handles the data storage and processing. Whatever that happens behind a project comes under backend thing. The technologies used in backend are PHP, Java, Python, and Node.js. So, a full stack developer, when a single developer manages both the front end and back end solutions, they are called a full stack web developer. Web development frameworks. A set of resources and tools used to develop and manage web applications and services efficiently. It's called a web development framework. Basically, the framework contains all the APIs and the libraries needed to be used for a for developing a project. The benefits are faster development through code reuse, enhanced security via built-in guidelines and community vetting, easier debugging and maintenance, improved database proficiency and reduced code length. So this frameworks, basically the web development frameworks provides us the advantage of having the code reusability. Whatever the functions we need to be developed, that will be defined in all in this frameworks, and we just will use those features, and it provides security, and thus the debugging and maintenance are easier. Here are some modern technology stacks. We have lamp stack, mount stack, and mean stack. In lamp stack, Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. The OS we will be using is Linux and Apache Tomcat server. MySQL is database. PHP is for the front end. For me and Mon stack components are MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. MongoDB is a NoSQL, scalable NoSQL database that stores data as JSON-like objects. Whereas Express is a web server model for Node.js that handles routing and HTTP requests. React is a JavaScript library for creating interactive HTML views. Node.js is a runtime environment that allows JavaScript to run on the server side. So this is basically what the MERN stack is. This is the best solution for this stack is the best for developing any web applications right now. So MERN stack having these frameworks called MonDB, ExpressJS, ReactJS, and Node.js. So this is how a MERN stack works. So for backend, for database, we have MongoDB, and for the front end, we have React.js. For server side interaction, we have Node.js and ExpressJS. So all these four technologies, all these four frameworks collectively called as a MERN stack. And this MERN stack, by knowing all these four frameworks, a full stack developer can develop a project efficiently. Next, the difference between a mean and MERN. The only difference is that in mean we use Angular, and in MERN we use React for the front end. The remaining are the same. The summary of front end tools. So the basic difference between a MERN and mean stack is the React.js and AngularJS. The frameworks that you use for a front end in MERN stack, we have React.js, and mean stack we have AngularJS. That's the only frameworks that has been changing between the MERN and mean stack. So if you want to compare both the mean and MERN stack, there is enough to compare this front-end technologies, the React.js and the AngularJS. So React.js is a JavaScript library. AngularJS is a framework. It is AngularJS is an entire framework, whereas React.js is just a JavaScript library. So in the whatever the enter Facebooks, Instagrams, and other some things are using React.js for their front end. Google and all the enterprises most of the enterprises applications are developing, they are front end using AngularJS. Regarding flexibility, this React.js provides a higher flexibility because it does not dictate the MVC. We don't need to follow any MVC architecture for a project while developing with React.js, whereas Angular is a very defined, structured framework which follows the MVC architecture for developing the project. Yes, this is React.js comes in MERN stack and AngularJS is in main stack. That's about a developer's choice whether to choose a MERN stack or a main stack. If you develop a very structured, controlled project, then the developer must be choosing the AngularJS. Whereas if a developer wants some flexibility of changing codes and adding features, then the recommended framework for front end is a React.js. So this is up to what kind of project a developer takes and do. Mm. So this is all about the stacks, the main major stacks right now in market for any full stack web developer. Thank you.